All right, let me get everything set up here. Let's see if this works. That looks okay. All right, we're going to start here in just a moment. I'm just getting everything set up for tonight's Q&A. Let me find out how to do this. All right. Thumbs up. It's 8 o'clock. All right, folks. Hey, it's Friday night. So, first of all, before we get started, we're going to get into just do some basic things, and then we'll get started with questions. Number one, if you're watching, I can't tell if you're watching unless you're talking. There you go, Lemon Trade. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know where you guys are watching from, because I have no idea who I'm really talking to. A lot of questions come in. I didn't really look at any of the questions. I just had someone answer to let you know that I'm going to be answering them all tonight. We're relatively getting back to normal in terms of where we're located, in terms of how many patients we're seeing. So I have less time now because we're not as busy. So I can't get to everyone's questions. So what we're going to do is I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that I was getting through the week on the various videos that we did. So just as a disclaimer, I'm not your doctor. What I'm doing for YouTube is if you ask a question, I'm going to answer that question in a, hey, Australia. I'm going to answer a question in a manner whereby I would be answering as if a patient was in front of me. I can't answer all your specific questions and tell you what to do. This is not a doctor visit. This is not a Skype doctor visit. I'm just giving general information. So do not follow any of the advice I give you. Don't listen to me. Don't, yeah, no kidding, T-Web. Don't follow any of this advice. Read the disclaimer down below. All of this is for pure entertainment. Do not take my advice. So, the other thing is, I told a patient earlier this week that, she was asking me about YouTube, and I said, I'm doing a live one this Friday, and I'm just gonna eat my dinner and just do live. It's a lot easier than doing videos and doing, editing and stuff like that. And she says, oh, you're doing a muck blood, or no, muck blood. It's not muck blood. It's, what the heck is it called? I just named it. Mukbang. And I was like, what the heck is a mukbang? I had no clue what a mukbang was. She goes, oh, it's where you eat food in front of people and talk. And sometimes they don't even talk. They just have videos where they do a mukbang. They just eat in front of you and just make disgusting noises. And I'm like, what? So I said, okay, I'll do a mukbang. I'll eat my food right in front of people. And that's what I thought it was. And then yesterday, I actually went on YouTube and typed in mukbang to try to find out, what does this mean? Is this a joke? I didn't understand. Yes, I'm going to eat in just a second. Hold on, hold that thought. I'm telling you the story behind mukbang. And I have to say, I think I picked on 3 videos to just see the mukbang, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was in shock. I literally could not watch. So my understanding is that people are eating, I don't know where the microphone is to catch all the sounds, but my understanding of mukbang is to pig out on as much food as you possibly can and act as if you're Meg Ryan in that movie. What was that movie called with Meg Ryan, where she was at the diner? What was that movie with Meg Ryan? It's the famous scene with Meg Ryan. When Harry Met Sally. That's it. when Harry met Sally. I guess you're supposed to eat food and act. Thank you very much. It came to me. And so you're supposed to act like that as you're eating food, and you're supposed to just gorge on food and stuff like that. So I decided, hey, I could do that. And I had an idea. I'm going to eat the food that is the most commonly asked question on my YouTube channel. And I have made just one video. It was out of the blue. It was in response to, if I remember correctly, Dr. Oz had a TV show. I assume Dr. Oz is still on TV. I don't watch television anymore. Got rid of it. And Dr. Oz had a show about this particular food, and it was almost ridiculous. And so what ends up happening is I thought it was just silly. So being a cyclist, being an endurance athlete all my life, I naturally ate bananas, and I thought, wow, well, that's pretty bad. So the banana question literally comes up every single day. Every single day, I get a question on how this food that I'm going to eat for you right now is the worst food imaginable. I get so many questions. Sometimes I don't even count. It's like 10 times a day. I get a comment on one of my YouTube channels that the banana is going to cause people to get fat, number one. The banana is going to cause heart arrhythmias. The banana is not keto, so it's bad. Somehow or another, coffee and butter and coconut oil suddenly now is the health food, right? And bananas are the bad thing. The banana has been vilified for being high on the glycemic index and thus bad. Banana has been equated to cancer. Bananas are radiated, so therefore they're bad, so you're eating radiation. All these things are just wrong. So let's crack open the banana. Now the thing is, what's the one thing, if I open a banana like this, what do you think the number one question is? I opened it wrong. Supposedly, you're not supposed to open it that way. You're supposed to open it from this side. Well, this is the way I do it, and that's just it. So let's get into some of the questions so that you and I can watch me eat this. I don't like the string. Ugh, it's not for me. You and I can just eat this banana. So let's get into some of these questions from this year. I'm going to answer some of your questions right now just on here. So I'm going to prioritize, because I have limited time. I'm going to prioritize. If you guys are watching this top chat right now and you ask a question, I'll put those on the priority list. And then I'll get to the questions from the week. So question number one, why is it so hard to find a good primary doctor these days? So many scrubs locally. I don't know. I don't know where you're from, but there's just not enough primary care doctors. And quite frankly, if you're going to go into medicine, you want to make money. You don't want to be a primary care doctor. Let's see. What am I going to eat? Banana. Steve says I eat like 4 bananas a day. Absolutely, man. All right. Someone actually, I don't want to say who, someone actually said I should act like Meg Ryan and, and bang and just, while I eat. No, not for me. All right, let's get into some questions. Good question by Darren Faust for exercise. What about lifting weights for blood pressure? This is a common thing. I'll make a video that answers your question. You'll ask the very question that it's asking. The video is titled Exercise and Blood Pressure, What Works? And I actually tell you what to do and what not to do for exercise. So lifting weights is not ideal if you have high blood pressure already. By the way, did anybody see the guy that deadlifted a ton this past week? Fascinating. So after we're done with this, don't stop my video. after we're done with this, go on YouTube or Google. There's a guy that power lifter, I forgot his name, but he deadlifted a ton, an actual ton. Amazing, great technique, except for one problem. You should watch it, because afterwards he lifted it, he put it down gently, he got on one knee, and he was about to pass out. That is why you don't want to lift heavy weights when you have high blood pressure. Okay, I'm not sure what your name is because it's in a different language, but it says any treatment except surgery about vertebral fusion. I assume you mean, is there any type of surgery besides a fusion? There's lots of different surgeries besides fusions. I would never have a fusion unless it was absolutely necessary. Let's see, what's another question? Let's see. So this week I did a keto thing on keto. A lot of questions on sunflower. Okay, so let's see. This is one here, a good question. Which is better for knee pain, Aleve or Advil? Excellent question. It's going to depend on you. Some people like Advil better, some people like Aleve better. So, let's see. Do you have any help for chronic kidney disease diet? Differences of opinions on YouTube does my head in. I'm at stage 3B. Well, if you have chronic kidney disease and you're at stage 3, you're beyond worrying about the diet. I would not personally be going on YouTube searching for a diet with chronic kidney disease. I would follow whatever your doctor tells you to do, but that's just me. So the goal is to not get there in the first place. Let's see here. This is a again, I get this a lot. I made a video regarding how to get bigger feet or smaller feet because it's a question people ask me all the time. And then people just say, well, I'm size 3, how do I? Everybody wants the bigger foot. It seems as though every guy wants a bigger foot and every girl wants a smaller foot. At least that's the questions that I get. And honestly, I can't understand it because I think I understand where you're coming from, because most of the questions that I get are from a different country and they value foot size. I'm in America, we just kind of don't care. I don't think we do. But it seems as though a lot of people are teasing you about your foot size. I would just tell them back off. Okay, let's see what the questions are here. Do you think that waking up very early in the morning, like 5:30, is good for health? Early to bed, early to rise, advertise like crazy? No. Early to bed, early to rise, work like heck, and advertise. So yes, waking up early is good for you. That's just my opinion. Okay, so some lady fixed her stage 5 chronic kidney disease with diet alone, huh? No doctors? Amazing, that's good. What advice would you give to those who are anxious whilst having blood pressure taken? That is a good question. So, here's what I'm going to do for you, David Trang. I'm going to give you some great advice. And I'm not giving you advice, I'm giving advice in general. Because, again, the disclaimer. So here's the deal. I have a video about how to deal with what you are suffering from, called white coat syndrome. And what you do is you have to realize that the person you're going to see, a doctor, is a human. He's nothing more, okay? And you're going to learn how to do deep breathing exercises to calm your body down, stop the anxiety. And what's amazing is you are probably going to find that your blood pressure normalizes to whatever it would be for your body. It's not going to make everyone normal, that's ridiculous, but it will stop the anxiety type of blood pressure, okay? So after we're done, basically go to the search function, type in blood pressure minutes, and you'll get that video. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gonna do them. Hey, it's Friday night. It's 8 o'clock. I could be doing something else. Would you please be so kind as to use the super chat down below? If you find this stuff valuable, please use super chat. Donate something to this channel to keep it going. Let's see. Hi, Doc. Could a pelvis be adjusted on the side that's compensating, not fixated? Can the pelvis be adjusted on the side that's compensating? Well, I don't do it. So I assume what you mean is like if someone has a pelvis problem where there's a fixation of the right side of the pelvis, can you adjust the side that's not fixated? I wouldn't do it. And the reason why is because a side that's compensating is usually painful because the ligaments are being strained. So what a compensation really is a hypermobility. And so I don't want to adjust hypermobilities. I want to adjust hypomobilities. I think that's what you're asking. And hopefully that fixes that question. So in my experience, if an exercise causes more tingling in the leg pain, even if it's a day later, you shouldn't do them, correct? Steve is asking that. The answer is yes. So in my practice, what I like to do is I like to find out a provocative test, meaning a test that causes their numbness. So let's say they have numbness in their neck and it's going down their arm into their thumb, first finger, second finger, and half the ring finger. And I notice that when I bend their neck like this, the numbness goes up. I'm going to try to get that patient to avoid that motion. And the reason why is because that pisses off the nerve. So don't do it. So most of the exercises that I would give patients would be in such a way to relieve the nerve pain, not to cause it. It's a good question. Let's see. Is vitamin C, vitamin D, and the zinc good for immunity to protect? Okay, I can't say that word. We don't say that word anymore because it will get demonetized. The answer is anything that helps with your immunity is going to be good. And I said this in the beginning of this whole thing, that rather than worrying about something that you get, why don't you worry about your own immune system? Because the people that are surviving are the people that have strong immune systems. The people that are not surviving are the people that have bad immune systems. You have a bad immune system, you catch whatever, thou shalt not be named, and guess what happens? You are going to have a tough time. You have a strong immune system, bring it on. Okay? So yes, I have so hopefully that helps you, Lemon Trade. I have drop wrist on left arm. Can chiropractic care cure this? Well, yes and no. It depends. It depends how badly the nerve is damaged. So, all right. Let's see. Let's keep going with these questions. Have a blessed day, bro. Thank you, Roman. Some guy says, take a fidget spinner with you? The heck does that mean? Oh, I know what you're saying. If you have white coat syndrome. Yeah, that'll work too. How can I break an addiction? I'm a chiropractic channel, so I don't deal with addiction. So sorry, bud. T-Web. Lemon Trade, do you think the deep breathing exercise have negative side effects? Because honestly, I don't feel comfortable doing them. Okay, so Lemon Trade, what we've got here is a problem. When I say deep breathing exercises, name for me the side effects of deep breathing. So let's say right now, I'm sitting here, let's say my pulse is 60 and I'm breathing 12 times a second, okay? And I'm breathing very shallow, just relaxed. If I all of a sudden go, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. It's possible. I could be wrong. But tell me the side effects of deep breathing. I don't know. And I'm not sure why people have a difficult time with this. So, if you're still on there, Lemon Trade, I don't know. Let me know the side effects, the negative side effects of taking deep breaths. Because I'm sure there are some. If you Google it, there's got to be someone on YouTube. And I swear, if there's such a thing as mukbang on YouTube, then there's such a thing as a side effect of deep breathing. But tell me what they are. You're anonymous. I don't know who you are. Let me know the side effect. I'm willing to listen. Should you take vitamin K2 with D3? Yes. And also, how much? Well, that depends on, if you know what I'd recommend? YM. Have a blood test. Find out what your levels are, and that will dictate how much vitamin D you need. Because vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. You don't want to overdose on fat-soluble vitamins. So what I would do is get a blood test and find out what your levels are, and then find out, if you start out at 5 or 10,000, you can see how well it goes up, and then when it gets normal, you can cut it down. Steve says, I mean core exercises. All right, Steve, well, I got to go back. Oh, core exercises. Okay, well, it's the same thing. If a core exercise, causes numbness, what core exercise are you doing that's causing numbness? That's the one thing I would want to know. So let me know in the comment section. And by the way, guys, super chat, I would appreciate it. So I'm going to go back to some other questions that I was asked over this week. Let's see here. You wish I was in Florida? Yeah, I like Florida. Okay, so here's one that I get a lot. This is one. I have a blood pressure. This is Yala Avan I Safaria. Hi, I have over 159 over 100 blood pressure. Long time, but I'm 29 years old, boy now. Okay. I checked lots of blood tests with doctor, but everything was good. Can you tell me any idea why I had blood pressure, meaning high blood pressure? So this is a good question. So you got a 29-year-old who has blood pressure. All the blood tests show up. Or I'm sorry, all the blood tests show up negative, right? That's what we're dealing with. Okay, well this week I made a video about 10 things that you can do, natural things that can lower your blood pressure. I would go through all 10, check off those boxes, see if you actually are doing everything. A lot of times a 29-year-old is significantly unhealthy, number one. Number two, is genetically not blessed with blood pressure. Or number three, the truth of the matter is they're not doing everything that they should, and they have anxiety at the doctor's office. So it's possible you just have white coat syndrome. So the doctor should talk to you about that. Let's see here. So Roz Cindy Love was looking at the X-ray this week. I did a video. It was my least popular video, yet I'm given the most greatest information. I think is she was looking at the thoracic spine X-ray and says you didn't address the black holes at T3 and T4. I have them on my vertebrae, darker black than that. Looks like the bones have been stabbed right way through. Okay. The reason I didn't address them is because those are normal variants. Those are the pedicles of the actual thoracic spine. So I didn't comment on them because it's normal. It's a normal finding. So that's why. That's what you're actually looking at. If you have used blood pressure pill for a while, okay. David Cornelson is saying, if you use blood pressure medication for a long time, would you be able to stop taking them? The answer is maybe, sometimes. It depends. It depends, can you lower your blood pressure enough through other methods so that you don't need those blood pressure medications anymore? It's going to depend on whether you can actually alter your health for the better. The last video I made this week was changing your spinal alignment forever. If you want to know how to change your spinal alignment and change it forever, this is the video for you. And someone asked, do you have these exercises you mentioned in a playlist? And I said, yes. They're in the playlist section of my channel under core exercise. So they're all numbered, ready for you to go. Let's see. The 29-year-old keeps making the same questions. You just have to ask once. Is it necessary to inhale with nose and exhale with mouth? Can we inhale with nose and simultaneously exhale with nose? You mean afterwards? It's up to you. If you want to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or in through your nose and out through your nose, it is totally up to you. I have no problem with it. Okay, so Muhammad Arashad says, I have problem with L5S1. Doctor suggested surgery. Okay. Can it be cured by chiropractic and exercise or exercise? I already showed to chiropractic, so we already went to a chiropractor. He said after 2-3 times to see him, he will be able to tell me in this situation what I need to do. Okay, so what did the chiropractor tell you to do after 2 or 3 treatments? An L5S1 problem can be a disc problem, it could be a facet problem, it could be degenerated disc or herniated disc. It's really going to depend on what they find. The McKenzie exercise, how to heal a herniated disc. Someone asked, Lopsong Lama asked, is this exercise okay for all age groups? To a degree, as long as you have a herniated disc, doesn't matter what age you are, you got a herniated disc. So let's see here. When you gave your first side posture adjustment, how happy were you after its success? It's a good question. I never did a side posture adjustment. I did a manipulation. There's a difference, a big difference. In school, you're not really adjusting each other. You're creating instability in everyone else's joints. So, side posture adjustments, it takes a while to do it well. I think you're a chiropractic student, if I'm not mistaken. So, I wouldn't worry too much about it, I think is what you're asking. Just keep plowing along at it. You'll get good at it if you try. Can chiropractic cure? All right, so side planks cause more pain the next day for Steve, and bird dogs. I've never actually had a patient get numbness from bird dogs. Side planks would, if you have a large herniated disc, could potentially cause the disc to be injured or irritated. So usually I don't start people with side planks. So if the side planks cause harm, don't do them. If the bird dogs cause harm, I would reevaluate what's going on, because that would be an unusual thing. So YM asked again, but you want to take K2. How much of that? You got to do a blood test. Like I said, that's what I would do if I were in your shoes. YM. What can I do for low blood pressure? I feel dizzy sometimes if I get up too fast. I drink plenty of water. Actually, YM, so here's the thing. I don't want to have to do the entire video again, but actually if you go to the search function, type in low blood pressure or hypotension. And what you'll find is that I actually have a number of videos on things that you can do for low blood pressure or hypotension. So hope that helps. All right, let me get some other questions here. Someone's watching in a semi-truck. Okay, good for you. All right, here's one. My issue isn't the top number, talking about blood pressure. That's low as I exercise regularly. It's 113, 120. That's the top number. It's my bottom number. This is for just me. But I can't seem to budge, even with all the good diet and exercise in the world. It's consistently in the 90s. I'm 61 years old and female, 5'2", 128 pounds. I'm trying to lose more weight. You're trying to lose weight and you weigh 128 pounds? What do you want to weigh? And you're 61 years old and your blood pressure is like 113/90? I don't know. Has a doctor told you to lose weight? Because that seems, maybe I'm reading that wrong, just me, but I don't know. At 61, if you weigh 128 pounds and you're 5'2", and your blood pressure is 113/90, I don't know, that sounds like you're doing pretty good. Okay, let's see. Someone on my raisins video, there you go. I should have had some raisins tonight too. People think raisins are bad for you. I mean, have you seen Mukbang? Holy cow. You're not allowed to say raisins are bad for you anymore, and you're not allowed to say bananas are bad for you. After I watched Mukbang, I'm never gonna take anyone seriously ever again. So let's see, this is on my Colleen Kukulowski asked on my spinal adjusting video, how does this compare to an Atlas prophylax procedure? Well, the Atlas prophylax procedure is a machine, whereas I usually adjust the Atlas with my hands because I like to have a feel for it. Think of a chiropractor, I say this to a lot of patients, think of a chiropractor as like a butcher. This is not a joke, by the way, but think of a chiropractor like a butcher. If you take a butcher and you put and this is really gonna piss some people off, but you take a steak, you take a sirloin steak and a New York steak, and then you take a T-bone, a raw steak, a cooked steak, and a piece of beef jerky. Everything I just described is literally meat. Do you think that a butcher could close his eyes and actually touch and feel all the different steaks and tell which one is beef jerky and tell which meat is the T-bone and tell which meat is the top sirloin? Yeah, because they've worked with their hands so much, cutting up and working with all that meat. They know the texture and feel of that anatomy. A chiropractor is the same exact thing. So I like to use my hands only because I can feel when the patient relaxes. I can feel what the actual tissue feels like under my hands. I could control the actual forces that I use and the direction that I use much better than like an arthrostim. But some patients just like the arthrostim better, so you use it. Let's see here. Okay. Did you answer if I can release carpal tunnel with kinesio tape instead of electrical tape? Well, you can. The kinesio tape is good. It's a little big. It covers about that much space. So a electrical tape I like because you could have them do this, go around right along that crease right there, and it actually works pretty well. Let's see here. Hope you're doing great. Eve Hollows, thank you very much. Where am I here? Morning walk benefits weight loss, sir. Tenzin, are you asking me if walking in the morning results in weight loss? I think you are. The answer is, it can. You got to make sure and control your diet too, and you got to make sure and walk far enough and fast enough. And so one of the funny things that I do for patients, and they always giggle at this, well, that's not true. 99% giggle at this, but they get it. They get it. And if you can get in people's heads, they'll remember it. And what I do is I want people to walk. And I will tell them that imagine zombies are chasing you, and you want to make sure and get away from the zombies. But if you start running, what happens in all the movies? What happens to the damsel in distress when she starts running from zombies? Well, she naturally falls down. She trips and falls, breaks her tibia. She can't get up. Of course, she's running in high heels, of course. And then the zombies eat her brains. Well, that's not a good thing. Anytime that you fall down and break your leg, the zombies are going to get you. So you want to get away from the zombies, but you don't want to alert them to letting them know that they're there. So you're going to walk at a fast pace, but you're not going to walk so fast that you're running, because if you run, you fall, you break your tibia, and they eat your brains. There. So yeah, walk fast, walk pretty far. They say it takes about 2 weeks of walking 1 hour a day, 6 days a week. So you got to walk 12 hours at a fast pace. And what is a fast pace? I believe it's like 5-6 miles per hour. So you're booking. So that's what you want to do. And that's how you lose 1 pound of fat. So you got to walk 12 hours total. Now don't take that, again, this is YouTube. This is for entertainment purposes. You walk 1 hour a day, 6 days a week for 2 weeks. You should lose 1 pound by doing that, but that's assuming that your calories are still the same and your food is still the same. Let's see. Does eating lots of potassium lower blood pressure? Yes, it can. Hi, doctor. Is high blood pressure is change kidney creatinine level? Okay. Maybe you can rephrase the question. Oh, I get it. No, I get it. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Okay. So YM says, can you explain why or why not vibration plate is helpful, harmful? I can't explain it. Sorry. Are you talking about the thing? Are people standing? Are people standing on vibration plates to lose weight? Is that what they're doing, or are you squatting on vibration plates? Is that the thing? Let me know. T-Web, how to? Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, I have something new. Number one today is if you can please do a super chat, donate some money to the channel. I do appreciate it. I'm just doing it for free, but a donation would be nice. The second thing is if you go below the actual video, we now have, if you'd like to purchase a t-shirt, we have coffee mugs and also masks. And the mask says, what does it say? Realistic advice based on experience. How cool is that? So if you purchase that through Teespring, you can wear it. I'm gonna get some myself. So someone in a chiropractic office is using a vibration plate. Okay, yeah. Why or why not? Is it helpful or harmful? I don't think it does a whole lot. I don't think you're gonna lose weight. It's supposed to stimulate and wake up your sensory nerves, but personally, you're not going to see me ever buying one. I'm not going to buy it. It seems like every year there's something new, some new invention, but you know, you give me someone and let me show them how to do squats and push-ups and pull-ups and planks and bird dogs, and you know, I think that'll change your life a lot more than anything else. JP, What do you recommend with cubital tunnel syndrome? Okay, so I recommend adjusting the wrist. Number one. Number two, find out why they're getting it. You know, do they have their mouse and they're just they're putting pressure on there all day long? Or are they a cyclist? Okay. You know, I would adjust their wrist, take pressure off the nerve, and then find out why they're getting it and try to correct that. If they're a cyclist, a lot of times it's bike fit. So you're talking, this YP, you keep asking me questions about a vibration plate. It's for pain, not weight loss. I do keto, lost 50 pounds. Good job. Good job. All right, so is there a mukbang for water? Do you guys watch mukbang? I personally found it really weird. I need to make better sounds. I need better microphones. I don't particularly care for those videos with the microphones, to be honest, especially when they're like, you know, right up to the guy's neck and face and stuff. It's kind of like, isn't that weird that, you know, if you're in a doctor's office and they got a microphone right up to your body? It just seems non-authentic anyway. All right, so Alexander, I do 4 minutes of neck traction after I get adjusted. Any other tips for phone neck like problems? Neck feels better after I look up, press my fingers behind my neck. You put your fingers behind your neck and you look up, and that feels better. It sounds like you're doing a good job. Yeah. I have a lot of videos on strengthening core. Here's the thing you guys got to remember, that I could put you in good alignment, but your alignment is going to depend upon how strong your muscles are, not how flexible your muscles are, but how strong your muscles are. Now, if I say that, what happens is I don't get a lot of hits on the YouTube. No one seems to watch those videos, but I do a video on bananas. People go ape crazy. Actually, I just realized that's funny. People go ape crazy. So, I actually have a couple videos where I actually show me in my office showing patients how to strengthen their neck muscles, and it's a very good exercise. When we're done, use the search function and just type in neck exercise, and you'll see how I show people how to place their fingers like this, put it behind their head. There's a whole procedure to strengthen your neck muscles. See, and again, Heather, admin, you're asking for stretches. That's just like I just said. Maybe strength would be in your best interest. I don't know. But the thing is that you might want to consider, rather than being flexible, being strong. So that's just my take on things. T-Web, what can we do for lower back pain at our home? That's a great question. I have 21 videos on that very question. So if you go to playlists, go to the section that says core exercises. And here's what you're gonna do. Each video is like 3 minutes or something like that. There are 7 videos, numbered 1 through 7. Watch them. Those are all the core exercises that are possible that will help people. Now, I almost never show any patient all 7, because my experience has been that if you show people 7 exercises, guess how many they're gonna do? 0. None. But if you show someone 1 exercise, I'm gonna say 50% of people will do it within that next week. If they do it, then now you can proceed to show them others. As they get better, as a patient gets better, your goal as a chiropractor is to say that what's the minimum amount of exercise you can give this person to get the maximum amount of benefits. Usually that will result in 2 or 3 exercises that you want this patient to do that's going to take them about 5 to 10 minutes, and that way it's totally doable. So, for example, the Palef presses. I don't show anyone those exercises unless they play tennis and they play golf. Those are the only times I ever show anyone those exercises. Why? Because those exercises will benefit them greatly. Get it? So that's what I would do. If you want to know what to do yourself at home for your back, go to all those videos. Now there's 7 videos. The other 16 videos or so are explaining the procedures and why you're doing these 7. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. Please do a super chat. Steve loves the alignment and adjustment videos. Very good. Would you say Richard Gold is one of the best chiropractors in the last, say, 40 years? 60. No. 72 years. He graduated in 1948. Holy cow. Gonstead was just a pup. I'm very fortunate to have learned from him because I learned from him when he was in his later years. He was a super nice guy. He came to my wedding, which I was honored with his wife, and they were an awesome couple. And I got to, for years, just spend time with him in his office and stuff. And no, he was the best. And unfortunately, what I see happening now in our profession is just, we need to get back to that, that ability, that sports ability to actually adjust the body. Because what I notice is, just like I forget, YM was saying, that you got people putting vibration plates in their office to help people, and you think, why? Why do we have that? You know, there must be some great value to it. But if you notice, sometimes if you find someone that isn't a great adjuster, you'll find a lot of equipment in their office. That's just my take on it. And I noticed there was a study just done recently, I think it was in JAMA, and they did a study on chronic lower back pain, and they wanted to find out if spinal manipulation was beneficial. And they used physical therapists and osteopaths to do the spinal manipulation for a month. And they found that it was no better than placebo. And meanwhile, there's been plenty of studies that have shown spinal manipulation. I mean, we're talking over the last 70 years. That plenty of studies on chronic back pain that show the efficacy of a spinal adjustment. Duh. Stop calling it a manipulation, start calling it an adjustment. And so how does in 2020 suddenly the Journal of the American Medical Association decides that, and has a study that proves that spinal manipulation does nothing for the back? Are you freaking kidding me? First of all, that's gotta mean that physical therapists and osteopaths must absolutely suck at spinal adjusting, or something else is going on. A lot of times there's a non-specificity, which is why many times these studies just look bad. Okay, let's see. I have high cholesterol. Do you got any recommendations to lower it? Heck yeah. A lot. I got a lot. Go to playlists on my channel, and you need to start learning about diet. You want to lower your cholesterol? You got to change what you eat. And so on playlists, you can watch all my videos on diet. Now here's the problem. The main problem is this. If I get 10 people to say to do keto, and they're going to drink coffee in the morning with butter, and then they're going to have a steak and avocado and coconut oil or something for lunch, and then chicken with avocado and butter for dinner, and that's all they eat. These people, their cholesterol is going to go down. They're going to lose weight. But then on the other side of town, you got a guy that's going to carb the you know what up. He says that what you should do is totally go no oils, no animal products, just vegetables. Okay? Guess what happens to that guy? He's going to lose weight and his cholesterol is going to go down. Now you've got a problem. You've got a definite problem because you've got two people following diametrically opposed diets that are getting the same benefits. And you think to yourself, well, that can't be. Someone is wrong. Well, let me ask you this. Why does someone have to be wrong? Why can't they both be right? No one ever says that. And the reason why we don't say that is because we have to sell books, we have to sell programs. And so what you'll notice on YouTube is you have to pick sides. If you want to make friends and you want to have a following and you want to have a lot of followers, you got to pick which side of the fence you're going to be on. I have found that the reason why the plant-based people lose their cholesterol goes down, and the reason why the keto people their cholesterol goes down is simply because in both cases they don't realize they're more similar than they are different. And what I mean by that is you take someone with a crappy diet and you could push them to this side or this side, it doesn't matter, they're going to get better. What the keto people don't realize and the plant-based people don't realize is that in both cases, they're just simply not eating crap anymore. That's the benefit. So hopefully that would work. All right. Are there weight loss benefits? Okay, so you're asking, does weight loss benefit your blood pressure? Yes. Steve. You're asking a lot of good questions, Steve. How come Gonstead chiropractors are so far in between? It seems like Gonstead had some of the most skilled chiropractors. Well, that's a good question. I could tell you the reason. Just off the top of my head, a couple. The first is the Gonstead system is not so welcoming when you're in school. If you were told it's going to take 10 years to be good at something, and then in the next classroom they show you how to do something that you could be instantly successful with, I mean, which, you know, if you have 100 students, how many are going to choose one or the other? So it's not so welcoming. The second thing is that the system that Gonstead was developed on was developed a long time ago. And so there's new understanding of how chiropractic actually works. I mean, bar none, the Gonstead adjustment itself is awesome. A lot of people put too much force into it, in my humble opinion, but that's just the way it goes. Hey, listen, you got a showboat, right? But the full spine x-ray is hard to justify anymore to an insurance company. So you're going to have, if you're going to do Gonstead, you're going to have to do things that the insurance companies are not going to pay for. That your peers, if you get sued, your peers are never seen a full spine x-ray. The technology now is digital rather than actual. Listen, when I first started, there was no such thing as a digital x-ray. I used to have, 900 pounds of film in my office. It was insane. And you had to keep all this film for 7 years in California. And so there's that. So you have to have an archaic system. The other thing is there are difficulties with Gonstead. The first is there's stories of Clarence Gonstead shaving people's backs in order to use the nervoscope. You can't do that in California anyway. Actually, you probably could. And what would be beneficial would be that way, at least the hairstylist, you could hire a hairstylist to come in and shave people's backs to use the nervoscope. See, this is why I don't want to do live, because I just said that and I realize that should probably be edited out. Well, the good news is, how long has it been? It's almost been an hour. Probably, I don't think anybody's watching now anyway. Don't worry about it. Anyway, but yeah, listen, no disrespect to activator, but there's a skill, I guess, in activator. But if you take 100 chiropractic students and offer them activator technique and offer them Gonstead, I don't know what percentage. Now, my class, when I was in chiropractic school, I'm going to say our class was slightly unusual. And I think I'm kind of proud of my class, because we graduated some great chiropractors. Some not so good. Some have actually denied some of the treatment that I do. They work for insurance companies. It's crazy. Again, this is why I should not be live. But we graduated a lot of good chiropractors, not just Gonstead, but it seems as though, because I keep in touch with some of them, a lot of my classmates were really smart and really good at what they do. And one of my best friend is a chiropractor in Colorado, and man, that guy is sharp. And part of the reason is because he has to be. But yeah, I know of, just within our class, there's 3 guys, myself, Ray Genham, and what's his name? I can't off the top of my head. He's in San Diego. But we all practiced Gonstead, and they were very good at it, very good. It's kind of funny, I remember when we graduated, that we were all very much dedicated towards being like the best. It wasn't a Gonstead thing. It was just we wanted to be number one. And so, good chiropractors. All right, Steve. Is it just me and you? Do you believe Gonstead is the best, most effective form of chiropractic treatment? I'm biased. Yeah. But no. I think the best form of chiropractic treatment is the one that helps the patient the most. So I have lots of patients that I do not do Gonstead on because of a lot of reasons. They just can't take it. They, try putting a 97-year-old on a knee chest table. It ain't gonna happen. So I try to match the treatment with what seems to work the best. And just tell me, are you a student or something like that? Who are you? Nobody knows who you are. So, but what you'll find is that, at least in my practice, I try to match. I don't think of myself as a Gonstead chiropractor. I think of myself as a problem solver. And so when patients come in, I try to solve their problems. Step 1, find out what their problem is. Usually when you know the problem, so you're not even a chiropractor. You just watch a lot of videos and do research. Okay, fair enough. But what you will find is that I try to find out what the problem is, solve the problem through whatever means necessary. And if someone needs surgery, I just tell them, Is guava a good source of vitamin C? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, guys, so here's the deal. It's been an hour. And what's going to happen is tomorrow am going to be riding my bike, maybe I think 70 miles, and I'm going to be trying to avoid the heat. So I am going to ride up near Goleta and Santa Barbara, and message retracted. Okay, you didn't like the message. And so I need to get prepared for tomorrow. So, okay, so all these, all right. All right, I'm not seeing some of your questions. They're being halted by YouTube. And so I am going to leave you. I hope you enjoyed the disgusting mukbang. We'll do it again sometime. um, all right, you have an appointment. Good for you. Hopefully they help you. And by the way, I have another channel. If you like any of the cycling videos, I stopped doing the cycling videos on my chiropractic channel for the most part. Some were still in queue, but go to Cycling in Southern California, and you can watch all my cycling videos with that and see all the fun adventures that I do here, okay? Any last requests? This is the moment to do it. You better throw that question in there. And if you can, give me a super chat. Let me know you're happy. I stayed till 9 o'clock tonight for you. Buy a t-shirt. And also, I'm part of a Patreon. If you want a video that is made just for you, I will produce a video. You have to ask the question. Let's see what the questions are. Better get dancing. So the thing is, if you can become a Patreon, I definitely appreciate it. If you go down to underneath this thing right here, they'll say become a Patreon. You become a Patreon, you can message me, ask me a question, and I will make you a personalized video. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week on Monday when we have another video for you at 5:45.